Hey guys, Roman and Reaper here, just outside the cinema once again. About to go in and watch one of my most anticipated films of the year, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Like, as soon as I heard about this, Nicolas Cage playing himself in a weird meta celebration of Nicolas Cage, I knew I had to see it. That it would just be like one of the greatest things ever. It's finally upon us. I'm about to head into the cinema, go and see it. And yeah, I won't waffle on too much more. I'm gonna get in, get my snacks, get my seat, and be ready to watch this meta Nicolas Cage epic.
More ambition free with the Open University.
So yeah, that was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Now, I've been looking forward to this for a while, just because, well, when I heard that, Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage, I had to see that. Like, that was back in like 2019, and it's 2022 now, and we have that film finally available to watch on the big screen. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which follows Nick Cage playing himself as a down on his luck sort of actor who accepts a unique offer to go to Mallorca and attend a wealthy superfan's birthday party. However, it turns out that wealthy fan is a ruthless kingpin and the CIA are onto him, and they recruit Cage as an informant. And, with a premise like that, like, it's just like, yeah, it's just wonderful. Like, it's like everything you'd want from a weird meta Nicolas Cage film, and you know what? To be honest, it absolutely lived up to its prospects. Like, I had a ton of fun with this film, like, and you know what? And I think that is down to just how surreal this film actually is, because on the surface, it is a weird meta little love letter to Nick Cage and his films, but actually below the surface, it's so much more than that. Because yeah, it's a weird meta love letter to Nick Cage and his films. Like, we get like archive footage from his films, like literally opens with a scene from Con Air and a couple watching it saying Nicolas Cage is fucking incredible. And at one point, Nick visits a museum which is comprised entirely of memorabilia from his work. And yeah, all that stuff is funny and entertaining and joyful. But there's so much more to this film that it's a weird sort of psychological character study about the man behind the rage. And we see this with his strained relationship with his wife and daughter, and in more humorous scenes, him talking to a younger, wilder version of himself, credited playfully as Nicky Kim. It's also a gentle sort of film about Nick's friendship with superfan Javi, bordering on being a gay rom-com, but not reaching those levels. Like, it's also an espionage film with Cage carrying out missions for the CIA, And it all just culminates wonderfully in an all-out wild action film, the kind that Nicolas Cage would have starred in back in the day. It is just a wild, wild ride of a film that you kind of have to see for yourself to really appreciate it. And it helps as well that yeah, Nick Cage is exactly as wonderful as you'd expect him. He is a great presence. Literally, his first scene is him like driving down LA, listening to some music on the radio, and he lets out a great big roar, in just such a Nick Cage way. And and he shows off as well how great a dramatic actor he is as well. He shows a lot of range in this film. If if you if you're not a fan of Cage and his acting, this may or may not win you over, but for what it is, Cage is great here, naturally. However, it's not just his show. He does not just run away with this effortlessly. Pedro Pascal is a genuine delight here. He has this range where he goes from he goes from being this really gentle, charming, charismatic guy to at times being this sort of more angry, menacing figure. And when Cage and Javi are together, which thankfully is a lot, and I mean a lot, their chemistry is just so wonderful. I really loved their scenes together. They were funny. They made me smile. They're heartwarming. They had a real genuine beating heart. But all the rest of the actors in the film were good. Like Sharon Horgan is funny as Nick's wife, who's bored of his shit, and we also have Tiffany Haddish and Ike Barinholtz as the CIA agents, trying very humorously to guide Cage as he ineptly fumbles about. But this is Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal's film, through and through. If there is an issue with the film, as delightful as it all is that for the first act, the editing is maybe a little shaky. But it tends to just like jump around from like scene to scene, kind of jarringly. But it does actually have a purpose. These scenes do have a purpose in the narrative, and they do pay off in the end. But so yeah, maybe it'll flow together better on a rewatch. But overall, yeah, this film is just it's delightful. I had a big, big fat smile on my face watching it, and it genuinely touched me emotionally in a lot of ways. It is a very funny meta film, but also deeper and richer than it has, and a lot smarter, quite frankly, than it has any right to be. There's a bit of commentary on the current state of blockbusters, and there's a few funny jokes. At one point, Nick's daughter is mentioned to think that Humphrey Bogart is a porn star, and at one point, Javi thinks Stanislavski is a member of the resistance. And also, yeah, I agree, Nick. Paddington 2 is incredible. And overall, unbearable weight of massive talent. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I had such a blast watching this film. It's going to be in my top 5 of the year, without a doubt. but it is in my top 5 of the year so far. Whether it stay there, it more than likely will. Because the real competition across the Spider-Verse got delayed to next summer, so yeah. That was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Let me know down in the comments. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? What's your favourite Nicolas Cage film? What's your favourite Nicolas Cage role? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.